Hello.
How you doing? Are you over 21?
Yes, I'm over 21.
Okay. Are you a believer?
Yes, I'm a believer.
Okay. So, um, what makes this God better than the devil? That this devil should be the one that Christians fear instead of this God.
Well, this just depends on what are you talking about because you talk about Christian doctrine at elementary level. The elementary Christian, which goes to a church, believes that there's some being out here causing chaos and havoc because some shiny suit uh, dude that's got an organ playing behind him said so. But you actually read the scriptures, there are several demonic spirits. There are Satan himself. You look it up in Hebrew, the name means adversary.
Okay.
So
Is
in his,
anyone who's an adversary evil?
no, he's his job. You look at Job, you can see the godly council meeting and you get a preview of his job. His job is to be the adversary to try and tempt those who say they have faith in God.
Not necessarily. That is not true. That is a stretch. It is you are adding attributes to the Satan that actually the God initiated. Because did the Satan come to the heavenly council and make a statement about Job first, or did this God make a statement about Job first?
Well, that's neither here or there.
No,
I'm just talking about his job. His
no.
job is to try and tempt people. He's only made for that purpose.
Where does it say or indicate that his job is to tempt people? It just says that he's the adversary. He's a Satan. It doesn't say that he was going into the earth tempting people. This guy said, "Where you been?" He said, "Back and forth from the earth to heaven, to and fro." He didn't say that he was tempting anybody.
Well, his role, and you see it in David when he uh, did the census, and you see it all throughout the Old Testament. Uh, there's not just one being, there are several beings that have been given that title. It's not a name, it's a title.
It's a title, but the one in the Job story is the Ha-Satan. He's top dog Satan. But when you say it's in about David, in one instance about David, God tells him to do the census. Another instance, the Satan tells him to do the census. So there's a conflict in there. Who told David to do the census in the first place? Then the God punishes David for doing, or punishes the people for David doing the census. So in this situation again, you're saying that this Hasatan is demonic. He's just fulfilling a role that this God gave him. Can he do anything outside of what this God tells him to do or gives
Well,
him authority to do?
that's the thing we disagree on. Uh, you're saying this one being is tempting the whole earth and doing this and doing that. I'm not ascribing it to this one being. I'm saying there are several beings.
At no point did I say it was one being. We were specifically talking about the Job story, which is the Hasatan. Yes, there are other beings who take up the title of Satan. When the angel, I forgot the name of the angel who comes to talk to Balaam, he is coming in the position. He is coming in the position of a Satan when he comes to Balaam. Does that make that angel demonic at that time frame?
No, I neither said that. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. Uh, we uh, as people have temptation from our flesh and temptation from what Paul calls the world. Uh, uh, we have enough of that to be worried about some beings.
What does that have to do with the angel coming down and talking and being the Satan to Balaam? Was
Well,
he the
that's
Satan to Balaam?
yes. Like I said,
Was he demonic?
he was an adversary. Yes.
Was he demonic?
No, he was not demonic.
Then your statement that the Satan is a demonic entity or position or multiple of them are demonic is wrong.
I never said he was demonic.
Yes, you did.
I said he was the adversary. I said there are several beings, demons and demons. Demons and satans. They're totally different beings
In
according to
the
Old Testament theology.
in the beginning of your statements, you said that Satans, and you did say that there were multiple, are demonic.
No, I
Otherwise,
did not.
I wouldn't have made the point. But you
Well,
said that
I guess you didn't hear me good because I would never ascribe Satan as being a demon. They're totally
I'm,
different beings.
after this whole live is over, I'm gonna clip that part and repost it
Yeah, you'll see where you
so,
stated. I never stated that.
so that you can hear. Because everybody else in the comments are saying yes, you did on
Well,
Facebook, YouTube, because we heard you say it.
no, I did not.
Okay.
I would never ascribe a duty to a being that's just here to try and tempt people, the people of God. I would never ascribe any attribute to them. Demons are their own beings.
And, and you're saying that Satans try, and you also said that Satans try to tempt people. What was Balaam tempting? What was he doing to tempt? What was the devil?
The word Satan means adversary. He
I
was
know.
being his adversary. So
Another,
when you're being somebody's adversary to try to tempt them to do evil or speak Balaam was trying to get money for cursing the children of Israel.
okay, so the adversary, the angel that came as an adversary, was not trying to tempt Balaam into doing anything evil, right?
Yeah, so he tried to trick him. He tried to tempt him to speak curses on the children of Israel, and he
The
did that.
angel tried to tempt him to speak curses on Israel.
Yes, it's right in the scriptures. You didn't
No,
read
sir.
that?
No, sir. Balaam was being called by the king to put curses on the children of Israel. The angel came down. He only showed himself up to the donkey at first. The donkey go left and right. Balaam beat the shit out of the donkey. Then the angel said, I was going to kill you, but now I'm talking to you. And then the angel tells him, do not go and put curses on Israel, but put blessings on them, which is then what Balaam goes and does. So it wasn't the angel didn't tempt him to put curses. And
No,
he
I
was
think you got the story all wrong, buddy. Because he tried to put curses, and all he spoke was blessings came out. You remember he did it. He did it what several times. Every time he attempted to put a curse on them, he spoke blessings.
so it's Numbers 22 through 24. Call me now. Sorry about the phone call. Uh, so, yeah, the Numbers 20 through to 24 is the entire story. Of course, we're not going to read three chapters. Well, one, two, three chapters. But right off the bat, it says that the king of Moab. And the king of Moab said to the elders of Midian, this horde will now lick up all that is around us, talking about the Israelites, all the oxen of the grass of the field, and the king of Moab at that time. He sent messengers to Balaam, son of Beor, at Pethor, which is on the Euphrates, of the land of Amnon, to summon him, saying, the people has come to Egypt, they are spread all over the face of the earth, and they will settle next to me. Come now, curse this people for me, since you are stronger than I. Perhaps I shall be able to defeat them and drive them from the land. So it is the king of Moab. Can we agree that right here in 22 it says the king of Moab is the one who requested Balaam to come and curse the Israelites, not the angel.
I got that. Let me look that up.
Numbers 22, verse 6.
And what translation are you reading out of?
Revised
Oh Lord.
New Revised
Oh,
Standard Updated Edition.
oh no wonder you lost.
Because the King James is the worst translation in creation.
No, King James is nothing
No,
wrong with
no
King James.
wonder I'm lost. When King James,
But you using the what New Revised Standard Bible, right?
yeah, because it is closest to
Okay.
the text and truer is truer to what the original writing.
And you got that off the internet too.
Oh my gosh, no, because of study. You can look at the King James itself and see where it is problematic. King James, we did that yesterday, where we show how King James used scribe intentions to add to the Bible. By anything you find in King James that's italicized, that's the scribe adding to the Bible, adding to
Yeah.
your King
If
James
ele-
also changed the meaning of words like ecclesia doesn't mean church, it means assembly or congregation, but he had to change the church. Your King James is one of the worst versions of the Bible. King
no.
James
Eh,
he makes Nebuchadnezzar say that the one that was the additional one in the fiery furnace was the Son of God, when it says that actually the words there in Aramaic say he is looks like the Son of the gods as plural.
Oh, you
One of
talk
the sons of the
you,
gods.
you talking basic theology. That's like Bible school 101.
Well,
So
you
that's
obviously
Bible school.
understand.
I'm glad you understand that. Yeah, we know that. Yeah, we know that. That. You sound like you listen to Dan McClellan. So
He is one of the persons that I have listened
yeah,
to.
yeah, I can tell.
Before Dan, but sir, if you go back to some of my videos before Dan McClellan ever got on the internet, I was already making the claims that he makes. So
Yeah,
I don't even try to go there with that nonsense.
yeah.
But even
You.
at that, it is not like Dan McClellan is not a very intelligent man. So I will give him
He's
props.
a very intelligent man, but you got to understand he adds Mormon idioms to the Bible. He interprets the Bible in light of Mormonism. You got to
And
understand that.
and you got to understand that you're basing your interpretation on a book that has been demonstrated to not be a very good translation long
Well, that's
before
that's
Dan
according to
McClellan
Dan.
started speaking.
That's according to Dan. That's
That's
not according. That's not according to a lot of Bible scholars, because Dan has many scholars that refute him daily on what he
why are
says.
you focusing on Dan McClellan? I'm talking about the book.
Well, you keep quoting Dan McQueen. I'm like, I'm
I'm
thinking,
not quoting
I'm
sir,
thinking,
sir,
I'm
sir,
debating with Dan McClellan, not you.
sir,
You keep debating,
sir,
you keep bringing him up.
sir. Are you saying that me, who has been been doing these videos since 2014, saying some of the same stuff over and over again, that I am quoting someone who just got started over the last couple of years?
Dan hasn't just
That
got
it
started
is,
the last couple of years. Dan has been on the theology circuit for a while.
man,
Dan has been to some of the schools I've
sir,
attended.
Dan McClellan has not been on YouTube and TikTok except for the last few years.
Yeah, yeah. I said the scholarly circuit. You
I
know,
did,
when it comes to your school, they do lectures and stuff like that. That's
sir.
what I'm saying.
Did I say that I was following him in lectures and all that? I ain't never heard
Well,
that
well,
on YouTube.
everything you state, it sounds like the stuff he states. That's what I'm saying.
Does that so what? Does that mean that I have followed him? If I've been doing this since if I've deconstructed since I was 37, if I was studying since I was 9, if I started making videos for over 10 years, am I quoting myself and what I studied, or am I quoting somebody who's brand new and fresh?
Well,
Well,
you.
which one
I'm
is
just,
it?
I'm just stating you sound like Dan McClellan.
Or maybe Dan McClellan sound like me.
I
You
doubt
ever thought about that?
that.
That's impossible.
No,
But on to the subject matter here,
go
sir,
ahead.
because I don't need to quote anybody to show you that what you said is wrong. It's you said that it was the angel who was telling him to go curse the adversary, but clearly here in Numbers it says that it was the king of Moab who has summoned Balaam to curse the children of Israel, curse the Israelites. So you're wrong. Do you see it? So your statement of me not knowing the story and saying it wrong, that it was the angel Who's wrong? Are you honest enough to admit that you made an incorrect statement? Because you just made that one. You can't tell me you can't change that one up.
Well, I stated that the angel would be an adversary. An
You
adversary.
you stated that the angel was an adversary to Balaam and was telling Balaam to curse the children of Israel, but everything that came out of his mouth was a blessing.
No, that I know you assume that everything the angel stated. I
Sir,
said that Balaam. Wait a minute. I stated that Balaam attempted to curse Israel, but everything came out of his mouth.
you said he.
We know the angel was being a satan. We know it.
So did he? What was he tempting Balaam to do? You said
Balaam.
he was tempting Balaam to curse the children of Israel.
No, I did not. You
Oh
there
my
you go. You keep
gosh.
messing up. There you
Everybody in
go.
this chat, did y'all hear him say what did he say that they was tempting, that the angel was there to tempt Balaam into cursing Israel? Otherwise, I wouldn't have bothered to go and make the statement that no, it was the king who wanted them to be cursed. The only reason I brought that up is because you said it was the angel, and I was correcting you.
That I stated the angel that you said is the angel was being a satan. Our topic was on satan. I
And
said the angel was being a satan. Now
and,
all this
and you
other
said that
stuff,
Satan tempts people, right?
he yes. In some
What?
cases they do. Wait. In some cases they do. In some cases they're just being an adversary.
Now, in some cases, earlier you said that they are. I
Well,
can't
I
wait
did
to
not know
quote
I had to
this.
explain. I did not
Uh,
know I had to explain everything in detail
Don't,
with you. I thought you was a learned man
don't
and
try
assumed.
don't try to play that. Oh, I thought you were smarter than you are. Type of.
Yeah, I did. I thought, do I
You
got to
are
go?
just
Do I got to
you
go?
are
Do
running
I
from
got to
the
go into detail by
sir.
detail by
You
detail
are
to you?
running. You are no. You do because what I called into question were the exact words that you spoke. And now, when I call into the question the exact words that you spoke, you're now trying to run around to something different and trying to change the argument.
No,
So
the
you,
argument was, do satans tempt people? They try people, and we started from Job.
you made that statement. You are the one.
Was
I didn't
Job.
say shit about that. You are the one who made the statement that Satans tempt people. You
They
started that.
do what they do. It's like common
And when I
knowledge in the
talk, and then I
Bible.
brought up the case of Balaam. And see, from that statement, I brought up the case of Balaam dealing with an angel who was an adversary. And I asked you, did he tempt Balaam? You said yes. He was tempting him into cursing the Israelites. I said no. He was not the one that he was stopping him from cursing them. It was the king who wanted them.
Okay, you
And then
just
you
making. You
said
did
that
not.
I got the. You
You
said, let
did
me
not
say, don't
say that.
interrupt.
You did not say
You
that.
said that I got the story wrong, and that I'm not understanding the story, and tried to add a little low intelligence or elementary intelligence insult to it. And then we went to Numbers 22, where I just demonstrated to you that it was not the
No,
angel.
see, you are on a lower thinking plane. I'm telling you, the angel was the adversary. The angel acted like a satan.
I
You
said
prove
I'm
it.
the one
You
who
prove
brought him up
you
as
pro-
the
you
Satan
you're
in the story,
proving my
dude.
point for me. You're proving my point for me.
No,
That's what you're doing.
know what you are proving. You are proving that when people who think they are intelligent about this Bible cannot be intellectually honest, and once they realize it, they try to laugh their way into thinking that ha ha ha, you're such a ignorant person. But really, you're showing your level of ignorance within yourself and the
Well,
fact
no,
that
you don't.
your
You're
wife,
not grasping. You're not
you can't
grasping the
even
terms.
admit, you can't
You are
even
not
admit when
grasping the
you say
terms. You're
something.
using the terms wrong.
Every time I demonstrate to you that you said something wrong, then you try to claim you didn't say it, right?
I clearly stated
And
the angel was an adversary. He was being a satan.
and
So
you and you
can
said
we move on from
you said
that?
that he was tempting Balaam
I clearly
to
stated.
curse. Excuse me, I didn't hear what you
Clearly,
said.
I clearly stated that he was being a satan. He can
Mhm.
tempt. He can try. or he can manipulate or influence any outcome if the being or the human being allows him to do so.
So are they demonic?
No, they're
All right.
totally different.
So a Satan is not demonic.
No,
Okay. So the
because
Satan
in
in
the
Job
end,
wasn't demonic.
so what now?
So the Satan in Job wasn't demonic.
No, he was not. He's a member of the godly council. Why would he be demonic?
I'm not gonna go in a circle, but plainly because you said so early. I can't wait to clip this. It's funny stuff. Oh my gosh. Okay. So now you're saying that Satans are not demonic, that Satans are just positions and titles that are held by people, by angelic beings to be adversaries to whatever the situation is that this God desires, right?
Yeah, in the word angels, let's be clear. We're not talking about some man that or some being with wings. We're just talking
No,
about their messengers.
no, I'm not talking about that at all. I didn't mention it. So then the Satans cannot do anything beyond this God's permission.
Exactly.
So then all the people who died and animals and all those sorts of things and everything that happened to Job, all of that was based on God's determining that those things were going to happen to him. So that was on God's orders, right?
Yes. Yes.
And God was right for doing that.
God is sovereign from doing it. Adonai is sovereign. We can't dictate what Adonai does or
I
control Adonai.
I can. I can dictate whether or not that's moral or immoral.
Well,
So,
according to you in
so
your standard, but according to Adonai, Adonai can do whatever he wants to do.
well, of
He
course,
is sovereign.
I mean, if I write a book that says that Lorenzo is sovereign over the earth and Lorenzo can do whatever he wants to do on the earth, then if the only justification is the book, then sure, then the book is right. But that's a closed loop argument. It is right because the book say so is a closed loop argument. That
Well,
doesn't
you
work.
but you're going by human logic. There you go with human logic. And
And
human logic,
so
cannot understand what Adonai does and what reasoning he has.
no, that is an excuse that again is a closed loop argument because the book says that human logic cannot. But yet, the books also tell you to continue to learn and gain understanding and wisdom, knowledge, to show yourself approved by learning. But yet, you still make your learning by saying that, oh, but you can't lean onto your own understanding and you can't know the mind of God and all this other bullshit. So it's like a endless circle of if you don't agree, then just here's your excuse. If
No,
you agree, you are
no,
learning and being guided by the Holy Spirit.
no. You can read the book. You can read the book for yourself as it's written, or you can listen to modern day pastors. Modern day pastors tell you everything's going to be good. Everything's going to be good. Whereas you read the book, uh, my God, in Acts, people are executed in the books for their faith. People are executed for believing in Jesus. People are executed for not renouncing Jesus in the book.
That
So,
doesn't mean
so
that
what,
stands
what,
to be
what,
true.
what faith are you? It all depends on what faith are you clinging to. You clinging to actual biblical faith, what the book says, or actually are you clinging to what some shiny suit, you know, dude that got an organ playing behind him listening to him?
People being executed for believing or not believing this faith has absolutely nothing to do with the conversation. It has nothing to do with nothing at all as far as what we're talking about.
Oh, yes, it does. Because again,
People have
you
been
can
executed
you can
every
like you were saying, you can say, hey, we got children that are sick. I had a relative die be unalive unexpectedly, and you can walk away from the faith. But when you read the tenets of the faith, people were unalive all the time for that belief in Adonai. They were unalive for their belief in Jesus Christ, they were unalive. So it's up to you. What the book says, whether do you have faith or you don't have faith. Adonai's not begging you to come to him. That's up to you.
So you are making no sense. So people being unalive for believing in this faith, are you saying that makes it true?
No, no, not. I'm
People
saying
being
it's
unalive for
just
leaving
it's
the
part of
faith
the cost. It's part of the cost.
is part of the what?
It's part of the cost. The cost of following Jesus. It's
The
part of the cost.
Klaus? Are you saying Klaus or cost?
Cost.
Oh,
Cost. What Jesus said, pick up your cross and follow me, is part of the
oh,
cost.
part of the cross.
The cost.
Okay,
COST.
okay, part of,
Cost.
so it's part of the cost based on that book. It don't mean shit. You can't demonstrate that this Adonai lives, that he's real. So that's not even what we're talking about today. But you can't even
Well,
prove
again,
this.
that's subjective.
So to go back to what we're actually talking about, um, I can most certainly judge whether or not this God is a good God or a bad God, if he's right or wrong for what happened to him. Because a just God divvies out punishment, or just being period, divvies out punishments based on the person's crime. Job committed no crime, according to this book, was said to be a upright and righteous man, but yet was punished by this God.
That's
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 evil.
that's and therein there we go again. That's part of the walk. I've had challenges myself in my own life, but I still believe because I know God is real.
That's I call that foolishness. That is not part of
Well,
the. That's just part of life. Life. That same thing that you just claimed as far as your life happening is the same thing that happens in a Muslim's life, in a Buddhist life, in an atheist life, in any other religious life. That happens in all people's lives. You have your ups and downs. So that is not a justification for the atrocities that this God did in the Job story.
well, again, you talking to a guy that was a police officer whose leg was shot off, and who was not raised religious, and he called on every god he could, and the only God that healed me was Adonai, was Jesus.
Really,
So
you grew
I
another leg.
so I'm walking right now, sir.
You grew another leg.
No,
When you
my
say shot
leg,
off,
my
what do you mean by shot off? Like
my
literally
leg,
shot off?
my leg, my leg, my leg was useless. My leg
Mm.
was. I on duty. I got shot back in 2000 with a hydroshock bullet,
Hmm.
and I have reports from my physical therapist and my disability paperwork what they were doing for me. I was not raised religious. I'm a former Marine, and I left out of the Marine Corps and I got into law enforcement, and just one day, just had one unlucky day, and I called on whatever God I could call on, and now I'll walk in.
And you're talking to a Marine who served in multiple situations of combat. One of the most egregious things is falling from a four-story building. Tore my ankle to the point where they told me I would never walk or run again. And then still was able to run a PFT, still was able to run the Peachtree Road race, and can still run to this day.
Well, let me ask you:
I called
Did you?
upon I called upon zero gods. I decided for myself that I'll be damned if this doctor is going to tell me that I will never be able to run
Okay,
again.
so did your healing? Did it happen immediately? Like you went to physical therapist. You know the physical. Well, you said you've been injured too. So when we go to physical therapy and they get out the ruler, they measure the movement of your leg and stuff like that. Did yours happen immediately?
What do you mean by immediately? No,
Like
neither,
you call you well, you said you didn't call nobody, but I called on Jesus to heal me, and it
dude.
happened
Dude,
immediately.
you are such full of shit because earlier you said
No,
you went through physical therapy and all that other stuff. So you trying to say that physical therapy had nothing to do with your leg being healed?
nothing. A matter of fact, I was deteriorating. Matter of fact, I was deteriorating worse. Uh, the week, the last time that I week, the last time before I went to church. That one time I went to church. The last time I went there, that lady was so concerned about me that she literally had tears in her eyes because
Bruh,
I
bruh,
could not move
bruh,
my leg.
yeah, bruh, bruh. Now I'm always say simplify to my fellow devil dogs. But in the same way that you're talking, I could then claim, because I remember the day. I remember the freaking day because it was either you run this PFT or we're going to medically retire you. Because before that day, I couldn't run. But I woke up that morning and I said, fuck this, I'm running this PFT. And I ran my PFT on Bayshore Avenue, Tampa, Florida. And I ran that fucking PFT. Did I run like I normally run, get the score that I normally ran? No. Did I pass? Yes.
But what you
Claim a immediate healing if that's how we're going to justify this thing.
but that's not the same. Because
Is it?
what you're saying is I've experienced it before, and our boots and utes run in third phase. I experienced that. I was about to drop. I had no energy. I was about to jump out, drop out, and drill instructor came and talked to me and encouraged me, and all of a sudden I felt some strength just came from nowhere, and I finished the race. However, let me be clear with you.
You,
Let me be clear with you.
I'm,
I
I'm
was
not understanding
I
this.
was not a believer.
I'm
And
not
the second
understanding
thing and the
this.
second thing was I
If
said I did not. Now see, a believer would call on Jesus or whoever right after they were got shot. I did not call on
it
anybody
doesn't matter at that
because
point. Your situation is still the same because at some point you said you called on Jesus and you were healed. So the same
as a
emotion
last resort, I could
it
you
doesn't
what
matter. And me getting up that morning and saying I'm going to run this PFT was a last resort because I was given an ultimatum.
a
So
PF running a PFT is different than
you
walking
had
again, brother.
you had a last resort moment where you emotionalized some energy and then you got up
No,
off the
I see,
floor
but see
and you was
that's
able
where
to
you wrong.
walk.
That's where you wrong. Because when I went to church that morning, they prayed for me to be healed, and guess what? I walked. Not I got out of there, but when we were getting out the car, I'm pretty sure if you hurt your leg or something like that, sometimes you make a mistake and you step on a leg and you like in some serious pain, you just fall down. When I was getting ready to get out the car, my wife got out the car. She was getting ready to help me. I forgot my leg was messed up, and I had done that before because you're on crutches. Sometimes you forget and you step down, man. That pain right there be something serious. And I forget, so I forgot I was getting ready to do that. Then I didn't say thank you, Jesus. I didn't do all this crazy stuff like these people do. I just was walking, and my wife said, "You walking?" I said, "Yeah, I'm walking."
You said that you called on Jesus and then you started walking.
Yeah, I called on him in that church, and I did not get healed in that church, but I got healed as soon as I pulled up to the house. I tried to get out the car, and usually, like I said, your leg messed up. You on crutches. You're gonna feel that pain. I did not feel any pain. I've been serving God ever since.
You had your faith in this God, and your faith in this God, you are giving the God the claim for your healing. Your mind just got made up that you was just gonna walk. It's as simple as that. You
I,
know,
I wish it was.
it
We,
is. It
hey,
is
come on.
just like
Come
Doctor
on. You
Spinoza.
come on, man. You a former Marine. You know how we are. How we are.
Yeah, I know we are very much strong-minded people in general.
You know how we are. You know we don't give. We don't give. You know how we Friday nights. Hey, we get the bathtub. We load it with ice. And you load it with liquor. You know how we are, man. Come on now. You come on. I know you.
You know what?
Come on.
This is going so far away from the subject matter here, and I don't even want to entertain it no more because you're gonna keep with that line. That's fine, whatever. I don't
Well, I'm just saying, you know how we are. I mean,
care.
I'm a former Marine, getting into law enforcement. You know how we are. We
We
ain't
move
giving credit to
we move
nobody, especially God, about nothing.
we moving forward. Yes, we do. Them fuckers preach God all throughout the Marine Corps. God, country,
Okay,
people. All that
hey, come
bullshit.
on, Kai, and yeah, and we go out and Friday night that just go all out the window because we on Lebo and we about to do something crazy. Come on.
Okay, let's move forward. I can appreciate the simple fact. Do or die.
That's right. I appreciate you too, man. Good talking to you, man.
Good time. I'm clipping this shit though.
Ooh, you can clip